This video is sponsored by the Robot Scrapyard. Not really, but... And spoiler alert, the Studio Series Bumblebee movie puts out another hit with Autobot Ratchet. There's a nice picture of him there. He is 82. And yes, this is from the good live-action Transformers movie. There's a close-up shot of Ratchet right there. There's another picture of Ratchet right there. Have we had enough pictures of Ratchet? Because there's one. Another thing I find interesting that at least this wave of Bumblebee movie toys is doing is the fake out backdrop where you get two of them of exactly the same Cybertron scene. Well, at least you get one to throw away and one if you feel like keeping it clean and pristine. Me, yeah, I don't care. What I do care about is this Ratchet, who looks awesome. Let's get the comparison out of the way quickly. We've got my only other vaguely G1-ish Ratchet with the Siege Ratchet, and honestly, the more I look at this guy, the more I feel like this toy doesn't fit Ratchet. Like, look at that face, and I can't picture him having this body type, because Ratchet's a doctor who, frankly, is never confident about his skills in battle. Like, this toy definitely fits Ironhide more than Ratchet. But like, I'm still learning stuff about this toy. Apparently, I found out recently you can actually hide his accessories in his shins, which is kind of cool. If I can shove it back in there. So, this toy, though, I don't get the same vibe from. This redesign for Cybertronian Ratchet, I dig quite a bit. He is bulkier. I think his bulk is spread out better. He's not nearly as tall, but a head shorter. But like his chest is bulkier. His shins and arms look better proportioned. Like, I really like this redesign. So, you look at that head sculpt. Very nice. He also has very nice light piping, which I would show off more if my phone wasn't charging. But, yeah. Other things, I like the new version of the chest panel. Keeps that vehicle front, but just gives it a brand new flavor. And I find it hilarious that he's got dummy wheels on the outsides of his shins when the real ones end up on the inner side. And he definitely has some traits, like the big square shoulders are very nice. And he has dedicated gun storage, where the gun will put away. He's even got detail on his fairly clean back. Like, without these panels, he actually kind of looks worse, because you can see right through him. But one unfortunate, you can definitely tell the chest piece is all translucent blue just by where the white paint stops and the white plastic begins. It's kind of unfortunate, but they did need to get this section to look appropriate, so they couldn't do paint matching any better. And whatever you want to say about this design or this design, they're a hell of a lot better. than this design. Frankly, this guy deserved to be murdered by Lockdown in a really shitty movie. Like, what the fuck even is this weapon? Alright. There we go. There's a size comparison. They even did this toy in these colors, but it still didn't make it any good. What is also good about this guy is the posability. So his head on a ball joint set into the torso, so you get lots of wiggle room. You can gesticulate all he wants. Obviously, he can swivel. You can look up and down that far. Very nice ball joint. Shoulders, universal. Nothing hindered. Outward. I like where they put the outward motion. Keeps the shoulder in sort of a almost natural motion. I like that. You do get a bicep swivel. You get an elbow that can bend 90 degrees both ways. One way is for transformation. The other way is for articulation. He doesn't technically have a wrist hinge, but I was surprised that the wrist snaps into place. Took me a while to figure that out. You do get a proper waist swivel, or if you want to be fun with it, you can dislodge his chest panel and use a transformation joint to go, whoa! Some side to side action. Ooh. Or lock it back in place for your classic full 360-degree swivel. Hips are the only minor nitpick of the robot mode. Actually, I have one other minor nitpick. They're slightly loose on mine, but I have been playing with them quite a bit. They do go forward all the way, backwards all the way, with a beautiful not ripping off Jobby the Hong swivel. Not swivel. Here. Spread. God damn it. Speaking of swivels, you do get a thigh swivel. You do get a very deep knee bend. And a almost negligible pivot. That is my only other complaint about this figure. The pivot is not very good. You do get sort of a toe bend, but it's much more for transformation. Doesn't feel like it might do anything, but no forward motion. And this is like the only joint that's seriously hindered on this toy, which is very unfortunate. But overall, I like him quite a bit. I wonder if he'd be friends with the Bot Clanks. Because unfortunately there isn't a Generation 1 Clank to make a video game joke. There's close. There's Crankcase, who's actually getting a toy, surprisingly, in Legacy. And I'm trying to think. I can't even remember the name of one of the Ratchet and Clank video games. But they were all puns. Therefore, very good. And this toy, this robot mode, is very good. It's solid. It's built well. I like the way he looks. And especially given he's like, I want to say Cybertron, but this is supposed to be a Cybertronian toy. I just don't get that doctor vibe from this guy, which is a good thing. Because like, I don't know if he was supposed to be a medic in the movie. I imagine so, but this guy looks much more battle ready. And like, I'm having a hard time describing how I feel about this Ratchet. It's weird. You know what I mean? This has a new personality all on its own, and it's gonna make a kick-ass Ironhide. But we do have an alternate mode to get to. Oh, I guess I should talk about the weapon. It's a fairly decent rifle. quite a bit of detail. I like how you can either peg it like that for storage, or peg it on the underside, the gunderside, like this. Gives you a little bit of play options. You can shove it in his hand, and he definitely looks ready for war, for Cybertron. Or you can peg it into the ports on his feet. I don't know why you want to, but you can do that. So, yeah, we have to get to the alt mode. And before that, I gotta get this guy ready. More annoyingly, I gotta get this guy ready. So, we will be right back with a quick shoulder ratchet. Alright, before I forget, again, shit. Where is it? Light piping. And let's compare him to the other Studio Series Bumblebee toys I reviewed. Here he is with good old CJ. And the best movie Starscream that wasn't Starscream. So, how do I quite describe this transformation? I guess his torso just explodes and then keeps exploding, and it somehow forms a vehicle. So we can start by folding his hands in and folding his feet in and tucking his shins. You can rotate them, and we'll leave them alone for a second. So they'll look like that. And then pop open his back, and everything just goes insane. So his torso goes, his chest piece goes one way, and the rest of him goes a different way. You see what I mean? I was completely confused at this transformation the first time. But you want to take this joint and rotate it around and make sure his feet are below his crotch panel. And then you want to plug basically the torso panel into those holes. Like that. And rest it comfortably. And rotate the wheels so they're in position. And then you want to take this section and rotate it all the way down. Rotate his arms so they look like that. And we're going to try and plug everything together. So the shoulders plug into the thighs. There's tiny pegs right there. You just gotta make sure they lock in. Come on. Don't fight me, Ratchet. Come on. There we go. And you want to close up these panels, but they also hook onto the wheels. Like that. And take the arms and plug them into the tops of the feet. That's why they're hinged the way they are. If I can get it. There we go. And second one, yeah. And there you have Studio Series Bumblebee movie Ratchet in his alt mode. And it is so adorable. It's so compact. I don't know, it feels like a little Cybertronian hamster or a battering ram. It definitely seems like a tool of destruction. And in this case, size definitely does not matter. Even though, holy crap, he compacts quite a bit. It also looks like a tiny little battering ram. Like attack a fortress. Like freaking. The chest panel looks very cool up front as the sort of blunt tip of it. And this is 2 in a row of the awkward head placement in vehicle mode. It's right there. There's really nothing you can do about it. But as we go into the nexus of Ratchet toys, the the design seems to definitely rift apart. You can definitely go full frontal into a blockade, or you can plug in his gun and definitely have him ready for war. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about. It rolls fairly well. It's adorable. And it's got some nice detail right there, which I don't think was in the robot mode. And the thing I like about it the most, like, I can't see how it turns into a robot just from looking at it from every angle that isn't the bottom. Like there's only a tiny bit of kibble with those thigh pieces showing through, but like that was the thing that made me want it the most. Was the fact that I took one look at both modes. I'm like, how do they get that to work? Work it do surprisingly well. And I forgot to transform. Oh well. Uh, that's about it for this guy. He's very solid. Uh, this vehicle mode is adorable. Sleep, sleep. I'm trying to think of other things to. Both modes are solid. The transformation is definitely memorable. Like, it feels very unique, and I can't wait to see this thing in red as Ironhide. So, yeah, stick that up your arsenal. And thank you for watching. I highly recommend them if you can find them. I don't know if they're even on store shelves up here. I'm sure they're all out in the States at this point because fucking Hasbro sucks at getting product actually up here. But eventually, when you can find them, I'd say don't pass him up. He's, in my opinion, the best Cybertronian Ratchet available, and definitely the best movie Ratchet available. So, until next time, thanks for watching. Uh, all for one. I'm trying to think of something. You know what? Never mind. Just gonna go. Bye bye. Keep it weird. Seriously, just like an adorable little. Oh, he's so cute. Bye bye.